In an era of industrial revolution 4.0 and 5.0 that underpinned with disruptive and innovative technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, quantum physics, deep space and oceanic exploring missions and biotechnology. In 21st century, DNA technology is exploring new avenues to respond or, or natural curiosity about our evolutionary past. This lecture's context Nobel laureate Swedish scientist Svante Pääbo's seminal research that fructified into discovery of a previously unknown hominin, Denisova, and gave rise to an entirely new scientific discipline, paleogenomics, for which Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 2022 awarded to him, along with Indian writer Tony Joseph's DNA analysis based, innovative, and new interpretation about our ancestors and effort to trace the land from where we came. His ideas, his innovative interpretation, conceptualized and compiled in his book Early Indians. First, what is genome technology? Specifically, in this lecture's context, DNA analysis based innovative interpretation of our past and about our ancestors. First, Indians, Homo sapiens, African continent is considered as cradle of human civilization, means waves of migration of hominins from Africa to world over. Specific context of Homo sapiens, immigration from Africa, immigration's first letter E. Around 70,000 years ago or 65,000 BCE, and immigration first letter I in Europe and in India. In India, there spread means Homo sapiens spread in Indian subcontinents, northwest, north, and even in south. The existing hominin Neanderthals existed till 30,000 BCE, means no expulsion or elimination that support this probability of coexistence, mutual flow of genes that resembles melting pot. As waves of migration constituted and enriched constituents of our composite culture. Present present Indian society reflects melting pot and salad bowl parallelly. At the time when Homo sapiens migrated out of African continent, at least two extinct hominin populations inhabited Eurasian land. Neanderthals in western Eurasian part, whereas Denisovans in eastern part of Europe. Svante Pääbo's work established that Homo sapiens had mixed with existing but now extinct Neanderthals and Denisovans during periods of coexistence that resulted into integration of archaic DNA in present day humans. And this claims evidence or basis is comparative analysis reflected that DNA sequences from Neanderthals were more similar to sequences from contemporary humans originating from European or Asian parts than to contemporary humans from Africa. It means it also supports probability of interbred during their millennia of coexistence. In modern day, humans from European or Asian descent, approximately 1 to 4% of the genome originates from Neanderthals, whereas gene flow had also occurred between Homo sapiens and Denisovans. Evidence population in Melanesia and other parts of Southeast Asia carry up to 6% Denisovan DNA. Means 45,000 BCE, sorry, 45,000 BCE, migration of Homo sapiens from Africa to Europe. Existing Neanderthals dissipated around 40,000 BCE, might have caused by expulsion or their elimination. Why? Maybe apprehension of mutual clash. But if we compare this interpretation with Svante Pebo's seminal research, integration and elimination both possible, along with pandemic, COVID-19's background, and bubonic plague, Spanish flu, devastating impacts. In a specific context, in 17th century, European settlers brought smallpox in America and natives eliminated by this genocidal strain of smallpox. From this context, we can analyze elimination of Neanderthals and Denisovans in Europe along with established opinion of expulsion or elimination. Second wave of migration, specific context of Indian subcontinent, called first farmers from Iran, period 7000 BCE onwards, settled in the northwest Indian subcontinent. Advent of Iranian farmers should not be equated with advent of Mesopotamian migration, as it had taken place much earlier, even before origin of Mesopotamian civilization, and they were indigenized. The glorious Indian past's outstanding example are Harappan civilization, its Mesopotamian origin. It is colonial hypothesis to justify colonial regimes' forced imposition. This conspiracy of Harappan civilization's origin from Egyptian or Mesopotamian civilization constructed has proved, sorry, this conspiracy constructed to serve a colonial interest has proved factually incorrect, logically ill sound, and analytically flawed, baseless. Evolution of agriculture. First example, Neolithic site Mehergarh in Baluchistan area around 7000 BCE. Earliest evidence of agriculture in West Asia, Fertile Crescent, expanded in areas Syria, Egypt, Palestine, Israel, etc. Along with and even earliest from Mehergarh, Lahore Deva, Sant Kabir Nagar, Upper Gangetic Valley in present Uttar Pradesh, Koldi Hawa in Belan Valley, Southeast Asia, Thailand. We should not infer that these agri landscapes, Mehergarh, Lahore Deva, Koldi Hawa, and Thailand, were the extension of Western or West Asian Fertile Crescent. Agriculture evolved in various regions locally. Harappan civilization or glorious past's resemblance considered synthesis or confluence of first migration from Africa around 65,000 BCE and first farmers from Iranian land around 7000 BCE. Third wave of migration around 2000 BC onwards, Vedic Aryans. Malicious manufactured Aryan invasion theories' baselessness has been exposed. with undeniable facts and analysis. But Aryan's arrival from outside India, that is Bharat, even now create hue and cry among some intellectuals. The fourth wave of migration or current of migration embraced Indian subcontinent or northeastern part. Now genome technology, that is a combined form of empty DNA that reveal maternal lineage, whereas Y chromosome explains paternal lineage. Combined analysis of empty DNA and Y chromosome brings understanding about how DNA carried out from one generation to next generation. Limitations of genome technology beyond 50 generations or understanding may blurred, but this context is very important. But 40,000 years old fragment from a finger bone was discovered in the Denisova cave in southern Siberia. The bone contained exceptionally well preserved DNA. Why? Climate matters a lot. Cold and dry climate preserve DNA fragments for long period, where India's humid and hot climate cannot be or is not able to preserve fragments for a long time. New technology, ancient DNA or archaic DNA, or in short, ADNA. On this basis, October 31, 2018, new research shed light on the issue of Aryan migration. Around 2000 BCE, migration had been taken place from steppe, specifically Kazakh steppes, region of Central Asia, crossing the rest of Central and towards Iran and India. This is Aryan migration. Aryan invasion, baseless, conceptualized colonial conspiracy. Aryan migration. This is established opinion among academicians. Aryans adopted Indian land and developed emotional appreciation and even reverence for her flora and fauna. They collectively worshipped nature's serenity, nature's बायोडाइवर्सिटी. यहाँ ये फैक्ट उल्लेखनीय है कि आर्यों ने यहाँ के नेटिव्स को एलिमिनेट नहीं किया, बल्कि उन्हें कल्चरली सोशली इंटीग्रेट करने का प्रयास किया, न कि कॉलोनियल कॉन्स्पिरेसी की तरह नेटिव्स को एलिमिनेट करके वहाँ के रिसोर्सेस को हड़प के स्वयं को यहाँ का नेशनलिस्ट डिक्लेयर करना. ऐसा आर्यंस के साथ नहीं है. यहाँ की मिट्टी को, यहाँ की नदियों को माँ कहकर जिन्होंने पुकारा हो, यहाँ के वंशपति की जिसने उपासना की हो, उनको कम से कम ये क्रेडिट तो देना होगा कि भले ही उनका माइग्रेशन हुआ हो, बाहर से आए हों, लेकिन यहाँ की मिट्टी को उन्होंने अडॉप्ट किया है, इस भूमि की उन्होंने उपासना की है, यहाँ की भूमि में उन्होंने डिविनिटी एक्सेप्ट की है. The first urbanized Harpans, superb town planning, impressive infrastructure, imitable cleanliness, drainage system, vast and vibrant transcontinental commercial linkage. If there were any standard or index like World Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index, Harpans would have occupied top ranking. Its expansion about 10 million square miles, about one third of present-day Indian Republic, and much more in geographical expansion than Egyptian and Mesopotamian civilizations. Notwithstanding their territorial expansion, they invented innovative way that their uniformity not merely survived but thrived. Vast expansion, diverse territory, tough terrain. In the background of limitations of transportation and communication, their achievements accorded as incredible. In present scenario, Rakhi DNA analysis of an individual skeleton claims there was no Aryan invasion or Aryan migration. Means all developments right from the hunting gathering stage to modern times in South Asia were done by indigenous people. This research published in journal Cell on September 5, 2019, but much needed to be done to establish this revisionist opinion. New genetic proof links 246 Indian soldiers killed in Punjab's Ajnala during 1857 uprising were from Gangetic Plains, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Bengal. 26th Native Bengal Infantry Regiment of that time's British Indian Army means पंजाब के अजनाला में 246 सोल्जर्स के जो स्केलेटन्स मिले हैं जीनोम टेक्नोलॉजी के बेस पे ये एस्टेब्लिश्ड हुआ है कि स्केलेटन्स यहाँ के नेटिव्स के नहीं हैं मीन्स वर्तमान में जो पंजाब का इलाका है वहाँ के नेटिव्स भी नहीं हैं बल्कि इस एनालिसिस के आधार पे ये प्रूव हुआ है कि बंगाल यूपी या यूं कहें कि गंगेटिक वैली के ये सोल्जर्स रहे होंगे जो ये एस्टेब्लिश करता है कि पंजाब का क्षेत्र जिसको ये कंसिडर्ड किया जाता है कि 1857 के अपराइजिंग के दौरान ये शांत रहा था। जलियांवाला बाग हत्याकांड के पहले अजनाला के स्केलेटन से साबित करते हैं कि पंजाब का इलाका उस समय भी शांत नहीं था बल्कि इतने सैनिकों को एक साथ ब्रूटलिटी और क्रूलिटी के साथ क्रश करते हुए उनको दफन कर दिया गया ताकि यहाँ का आक्रोश का प्रतिरोध बाहर तक पहुंच नहीं पाए। दैट्स ऑल।